The universe ate my homework. Abby, called her mom. Where are you? Time to do your homework. Abby froze. Her least favorite thing in the whole wide world, in the whole wide universe, was homework. She and Comet had way better things to do. Like stargazing. They settled into their secret spot just as the first star was coming out. Abby! Ugh. Mom was closer than she thought. Abby snuck around the house towards her dad. What are you thinking about, Dad? She asked. He was a physicist and always puzzling about something or another. Our universe, he said. Our universe? Wait, do you mean there are other universes? Her dad's eyes twinkled like stars. I think so. I've actually been working on some ideas for how to make a baby universe. He kissed her forehead. Now, don't you have some homework to do? Abby's eyes lit up. Yep, and I know just where to do it. She sneaked into her father's study. Comet crept after her. Aha! Whispered Abby, picking a paper off her dad's desk. How to make a baby universe. Step 1, make a mini black hole. Step 2, add energy. Abby grinned. She had plenty of energy. But hold on, she said to Comet. What's a black hole? And how do I make a mini one? Aha, she cried. How to make a mini black hole. Step 1, choose anything you want to get rid of. Step 2, squeeze it really, really hard. Abby smiled as she took one last look at her homework, and she crumpled it up and squeezed it really, really hard. Nothing happened. She kept reading. You will need to squeeze so hard that the atoms in your object get very, very close to one another. So close that the atom's gravity will take over and smash them together. This will create an invisible object called a mini black hole. Its gravity is so strong that it will pull in anything that gets too close. It is invisible because even light can't escape it. Abby, came her mother's voice, are you doing your homework? I've got it in my hands, Mom. Abby didn't totally understand about the atoms, but she understood about squeezing. She squeezed with all her might, even harder than she squeezed her mom's hand during thunderstorms. Her homework had become a black hole. Abby peered in awe at the empty space where her homework had just been. Bzzz, went a nearby fly. I love the Marie Curie poster on the wall. Went the black hole, sucking the fly in. Comet nosed forward to investigate, and his ears began to stretch. It was the black hole's gravity. He yelped as Abby yanked him back by his tail. Okay, Comet. Next step, to make a universe, we need to add energy. She began to jump up and down. Comet wagged his tail furiously. Suddenly, Abby could see something new forming. It was no longer pulling things into it. The black hole had turned into a baby universe. At first, Abby's universe was just a little bubbling broth of energy. "Keep wagging, Comet!" she cried, turning cartwheels. Her universe began to expand and particles began to form, but it didn't push on anything as it expanded. Instead of taking up room, it somehow seemed to be creating its own space. "Faster, Comet!" As her universe grew, the particles clumped together and made bigger clouds of gas. The clouds began to sparkle with explosions. Stars were being born. "Abby, did you finish your homework?" She froze. It was her dad's voice outside the door. "Kind of," she replied, her father dazed in wonder. "You made this?" Abby smiled proudly. "Yep, and I was thinking about living in it for a while. No homework in there, right?" "Probably not," said her dad. "The only problem is once you're in there, I don't know of any way out." Abby looked at her dad. Then she looked at the baby universe. Abby ran to her dad and hugged him tight. "I think I'll stay," she said. As Abby and her mom gazed at the Milky Way, Abby's dad spotted Comet wolfing down the cookies. "I guess no universe is perfect," he said. "Yeah," replied Abby, "but they're all amazing." I love this note that Abby wrote to her teacher. It says, "Dear Miss Hind, sorry I didn't turn in my homework. I'm pretty sure it's somewhere, but I don't know where that is." Anyway, here is exactly what happened. "Thanks for your understanding, Abby." And then you can see her teacher wrote, "Abby, please see me after class." Now the author's note says, "The legendary physicist Stephen Hawking once said, 'Fact is stranger than fiction, and nowhere is that more true than in the case of black holes. A black hole is an infinitely dense point surrounded by a region of space with such strong gravity that nothing can escape from it, not even light. We can only detect it by its gravitational pull on other objects in space.' There are three main types of black holes. A mini black hole can be smaller than an atom, but have the weight of a mountain. A medium-sized black hole, better known as a stellar black hole, is formed when a huge old star eventually collapses under its own weight. It's about the size of a city." Now, finally, a supermassive black hole can weigh as much as billions of stars combined, and is about the size of a solar system. There is one such beast at the center of our galaxy. Although the story in this book is entirely made up, the science behind it is not. Here I have to thank an innovative journalist, Robert Krulwich, and his guest on the DIY Universe episode of the Radiolab podcast, the brilliant physicist, Brian Greene. Hearing them talk about how one might create a mini black hole and then a baby universe inspired me to write this book. And the illustrator and I did use some artistic license in showing you what the baby universe looked like. Physicists don't think we could ever see or feel another universe from inside of our own, but we can imagine it creating its own parallel space and forever expanding, just like the universe we live in. As much as we know about black holes and baby universes, there are still plenty of unanswered questions out there. Can a black hole act as a portal from our universe to another? It's a complete mystery, a thrilling puzzle for the next generation of scientists to solve. And remember, Epic, that next generation is you. See you guys.